Let's go back to the masks.
Okay.
What can you say about the campaign then, based on how these masks are selling? Can you say anything?
Well, I don't know that how the masks sell really have a whole lot to do with what goes on as far as the campaign is concerned. I think the preponderance of people buy these things just to go have a real good time on Halloween and don't much care who they are, if they think they get a laugh out of it and so on and so forth. I was at a party the other night I did a show for. Guy came dressed as an outhouse. Now, I don't know what kind of a statement that was, but I know that I laughed hysterically when I saw him.
How do they sell versus other masks?
I would say that politically, the Nixon and the Reagan masks are probably as popular as any other masks that are here. I don't know whether there's anything political to say about what's gone best in costumes or not, but I wish I had about 24 more nuns and priests this year. That seems to be the most popular costume this year as far as rentals are concerned.
Why do you think that is?
I don't have the foggiest idea. It's very difficult to know what's going to be in and what's not going to be in. We thought that punk would kind of have seen its day and be slowly slipping away. It's been going now for 2 years strong. It was every bit as strong this year as it was last or the year before. Other things have come very rapidly and gone equally as rapid. Nothing comes to mind at the moment, but there have been, well, example, masks themselves have not sold this year like they've sold in the past. People are far more creative in their costumes now, and in fact, if you throw a Halloween party and it's a masquerade party and somebody comes to your party not in costume or that just went out and put a Lone Ranger little mask on, these people end up almost embarrassed to the point that they wouldn't come back to one of your parties again, at least not the same way. They're really, you know, I mean, when somebody goes to all the trouble to make up an outhouse to wear with his hands out of the thing and the door opening and toilet tissue, or, you know, it was really a riot. And another couple did a complete makeup job for Sylvester and Tweety Pie. You get that, and now you walk into this with a Lone Ranger mask on, and you have to feel just a little tiny bit out of place. So I think that the masks are, although I like them and have sold them for years and they don't bother me, you wore one for a little while, they're a little warm to wear. They're a little confining. If you're willing to do the makeup on your face, though, you can do some really marvelous things with it. And I think that's where people are going as far as adults are concerned. I'm convinced that Halloween is no longer a children's holiday. We're real involved. You know.
Why are people putting so much effort into costumes?
Well, I think that you know, we went through a period of time in the 60s and even parts of the 70s where everything was kind of truth, mom, and apple pie, and we got away from the fantasy world and more into the reality world. And I think that people found out that unfortunately that isn't fun. And you got to have a little bit of fun in life. And Halloween is one period of time in a year where you can go out and just have as much fun as you want to, really as somebody other than who you really are. And in many cases, nobody at a party will know who you are until after the party is completely over. And that's kind of fun in and of itself, because you can get away with a lot of things when nobody knows who you are. We had a young, tall, blonde attorney in here this evening, who luckily isn't from his standpoint from the Cleveland area. He's from Boston, but he rented a little short pink baby dress and a bow for his hair, and a pink punk wig, and he's got white panties with ruffles on the back, and he's going to go dressed as a girl. Now, no place else in the world will you get an attorney dressed up as a little girl going to a party. But I think he's going to have himself probably a ball that night.
Mm-hmm. So business must be booming.
Yeah, it's doing real well. We have no major complaints this year. There are a lot of other people in the business, so we didn't get quite the slice of the pie we would have liked to have had. But when you find that everybody else found out there's money out there in it, they all sort of get in. In fact, you can go to Convenient Food Mart now and get makeup kits, which is kind of crazy.